In the soft golden light of a peaceful African evening, where the warm breeze whispered through the tall grass like a lullaby, there lived two very special friends. One was Eleanor the elephant, with skin as soft as velvet and eyes that sparkled like gentle stars. The other was Geoffrey the giraffe, whose long, graceful neck seemed to stretch up toward the fluffy clouds that drifted lazily across the sky. Eleanor and Geoffrey loved spending time together in their beautiful Savanna home. As the sun began its slow descent toward the horizon, painting the sky in gentle shades of pink and purple, Eleanor had a wonderful idea. "Would you like to play a quiet game of hide and seek?" she asked her tall friend, her voice as soft as the evening breeze. Geoffrey smiled down at Eleanor, his eyes twinkling with joy. "That sounds lovely," he whispered back, "but let's play very gently, so we don't disturb our friends who are getting ready for their evening rest." Eleanor nodded in agreement, and they decided she would seek first. She closed her eyes and began counting slowly and softly. 1, 2, 3. As she counted, she could hear Geoffrey's gentle footsteps moving quietly away, accompanied by the soothing rustle of grass. While Eleanor counted, Geoffrey looked around the peaceful savanna for a perfect hiding spot. The setting sun cast long, soft shadows across the land, making everything look magical and dreamy. He noticed a group of acacia trees whose leaves swayed gently in the evening breeze, their branches reaching out like welcoming arms. 18, 19, 20. Eleanor finished counting. She opened her eyes and gazed around the tranquil landscape. The air was filled with the soft chirping of crickets beginning their evening song, and far away, a family of birds was settling into their nest for the night. Eleanor moved slowly and peacefully through the savanna, her footsteps as gentle as falling leaves. She looked behind a large, smooth boulder that was warm from the day's sunshine. No Geoffrey there. She peeked around a cluster of peaceful sleeping flowers, their petals closed for the night. Still no sign of her friend. As she walked, Eleanor noticed all the beautiful, restful things around her. There were butterflies gently floating down to rest on soft flower petals. Little mice were curling up in their cozy grass nests. Even the clouds above seemed to be settling down for a peaceful night's sleep. Finally, Eleanor approached the acacia trees. She smiled softly as she noticed something unusual about one of them, a very long neck extending up through the branches. Geoffrey had tried his best to blend in with the trees, but his spots peeked through the leaves like gentle stars in the evening sky. "I see you, Geoffrey," Eleanor whispered with a warm smile. Geoffrey emerged from the trees, trying not to giggle too loudly. "Those trees were so cozy," he said softly. "The leaves were like a soft blanket around me." Now it was Geoffrey's turn to seek. He rested his long neck against one of the acacia trees and began counting slowly. 1, 2, 3. Eleanor moved quietly through the savanna, her steps as light as floating clouds. She found a wonderful hiding spot behind a group of sleeping bushes. Their leaves were soft and cool, and Eleanor felt very peaceful as she settled in. She could hear Geoffrey's gentle voice counting in the distance, mixing with the soothing sounds of the evening. When Geoffrey finished counting, he began his careful search. His long neck allowed him to see far across the peaceful savanna, but Eleanor had chosen her hiding spot well. He looked near the quiet waterhole, where the surface was as smooth as glass. He checked behind the large, round rocks that sat like sleeping giants in the grass. As Geoffrey searched, the sky grew softer and darker, with the first evening stars beginning to twinkle above like tiny night lights. The moon rose slowly, casting a gentle silver glow over everything. It made the savannah look like a magical dream world. Geoffrey moved gracefully between the trees and bushes, his long legs carrying him quietly through the tall grass. He noticed how the evening dew made everything sparkle softly in the moonlight. The air was becoming cooler and more peaceful with each passing moment. At last, Geoffrey approached the sleeping bushes. He saw a gentle movement and noticed Eleanor's trunk peeking out ever so slightly. "I found you, Eleanor," he whispered with a warm smile. Eleanor emerged from her hiding spot, feeling calm and content. The two friends sat together under the star-filled sky, watching as more and more stars appeared like tiny diamonds scattered across dark velvet. They felt peaceful and happy after their gentle game. The evening air wrapped around them like a soft, warm blanket. "That was such a lovely game," Eleanor said, with a peaceful yawn. Geoffrey nodded slowly, his own eyes beginning to feel heavy with sleep. "The most wonderful part," he whispered, "was spending this quiet time with you, my dear friend." As the moon continued its gentle journey across the sky, Eleanor and Geoffrey decided it was time to rest. They found comfortable spots near each other, Eleanor lying on the soft grass, and Geoffrey settling down beside her. The crickets' lullaby grew softer and softer, and the stars twinkled their own quiet goodnight. The peaceful savannah had grown very still now, with only the gentlest of breezes moving through the grass. Eleanor and Geoffrey closed their eyes, feeling safe and content in each other's company. Their game of hide-and-seek had been perfect, not too exciting, just peaceful and fun. Exactly right for a beautiful evening under the stars. And as they drifted off to sleep, the moon watched over them like a gentle guardian, casting its soft silver light across the peaceful African night. The stars continued their quiet twinkling, and all was calm and peaceful in their corner of the world, where two unlikely friends had shared a perfect evening of gentle play and warm friendship.